Welcome to Kollecting Kaos with me and Horizon Picks.
How's it going, my man? How are you?
Doing good.
Good. Yeah, it's great, man. Awesome. Promoted this morning on Cajun Roots reseller Johnny's show. I think we'll get some people popping in here. I think, yeah, 9 o'clock's a good spot, depending on how long you want to go.
Well, I originally scheduled it for 9:30, but when you told me you promoted it for 9, I changed it.
My buds and I were at the bar. We were like playing trivia, had some dinner, and we were almost going to win, and I had to bounce. So here I am.
Oh man, maybe you should have just stayed and won.
That's all right. You know, they give away like a gift card or whatever.
Oh man.
Oh,
yeah, I just had to turn on my monitor so I could see.
No
if
worries.
anybody's here, it shows a few people. Lily's here.
What's up, Philly? Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you both.
Line kisses. How are you? Good to see you. So yeah, cool. So you're gonna have a few maybe cameos today. Some other folks might jump on.
It's possible.
That's cool. Cool. Yeah.
If we have too many, I'll limit the amount of time each one can spend.
Sure.
Because I like to get everybody get a chance.
There he is. So like I said, there's Johnny, Cajun Roots reseller. He does the morning coffee talk show. I go on there. I've been promoting.
Okay.
Everybody wants to know about you, Chaos. So why don't you give a little spiel about yourself? This is your channel. Comic Talk, go for it.
I'm just the old man that runs a comic channel.
The old man, you know.
Collecting most of my life, one thing or the other. I remember collecting baseball cards when I was very young. I remember, obviously, comic books. I remember trading my whole baseball collection. I had like 500 cards. I traded them all for a Sandy Koufax rookie card.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later, I did it again. So I had 2 Sandy Koufax.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of cards.
They're long right now.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of cards when I was in high school. I used to go to conventions. I always collect comics. I coveted my comics, but I sold almost all my cards to pay for my art supplies when I went to college. That was a big thing, and I kind of did that. So yeah, you see Diecast. Good to see you, Diecast. Thanks for coming, brother.
That's his box. It's too full. It's overfilled.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You can't put 60 comics in one of those boxes. It doesn't work.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Diecast actually from a town over from where I grew up. So small world in New Jersey. Yeah. Very cool.
I didn't grow up that far from you, actually.
Where are you from?
Northern Virginia.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I grew up right around Alexandria.
Okay. Yeah, I had a client it was in Richmond, a big Coke factory out in Richmond. I used to drive out. I did some work at my last kind of corporate job. I worked for a market research company, and I used to go in and do these massive labelings of market research products for them. And I used to haul out to Richmond at like middle of the night and do a 10-hour shift and with folks, and then whale all the way back to Pennsylvania. So people wonder, like, Horizon, you're up late. It's like, I'm used to it. It's part of work. Yeah.
Do you remember a comic cover that I showed you that it was all crumpled up yesterday or last night?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was off of the comic.
Right. Wow. Oh, you did that? Wow.
That is what tomorrow's video is all about.
Nice. Yeah. Those of you that aren't aware, Kollecting Kaos, so we don't use the term restoration, but comic repair. If you check out his videos, that comic was fairly toasty, to be fair.
I have a picture of it.
And and now look at the after. I mean, it's been pressed. He's basically, you reattach the cover, right?
It has some labels on the back. I removed them.
Yeah, totally. Repaired that, and you're basically taking let's say a D level, and you're raising it to, what would you say, maybe 2 grades chaos on that?
I'd still consider it fair to good.
Okay.
I don't generally raise the grades just because I do some work to a comic.
So poor to fair to good. That's
well. See, it was complete, so it's automatically a fair, even if even if a coverless comic is poor.
Right.
A cover without a comic is poor.
Hi, Lily. Good to see you, Lily. Here's Bridges. He's chilling.
It's fair, even if the cover is just detached and trashed. So yeah, I would still consider this a fair copy.
Right. Yeah, I think you had made this slide. You adjusted for 9:30. I did promote this morning for 9, so we're kind of coming at you on time here, guys. Time is valuable. People stay up late. So here we go. We're just kind of getting it rolling, and I think we'll have some guests. I saw Darth is there in the chat.
Well, I'll drop the link in the chat in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a wealth of knowledge that I've garnered over the last 55, 60 years, whatever. And I want to share it. And that's what I'm really all about.
I'm the same way with toys, you know. Absolutely.
I know enough about toys to get in trouble.
Absolutely.
I know enough about baseball and football cards to get in trouble. I do know how to read them, though.
Just popping out the chat here so I can interact a little bit easier.
Oh, absolutely.
There we go. All right. There we go. All right. So here we go. Oh, who else we got here? Yeah, hey, Lisa. Good to see you, Lisa.
Restored comics. Restored comics have always been frowned upon. It's like it's taboo. You don't do that. But if you restore a book, you're a hero. What the hell?
Right.
But I don't do restoration. Restoration would be making a comic look like new.
Right.
I don't do that. I just get it back to where it can be read and enjoyed. And to me, that's a repair or a conservation. I do conservation. I don't do repairs or don't do restoration.
I remember back, gosh, it was probably in the 90s. I had a copy of X-Men 94, first appearance of the new X-Men. And I sent that in to get graded. And they called it restored. I guess there were some color touches on the cover that I couldn't even see with my own eye, and I was so upset. I did end up selling it. I just
get one of these.
Yeah, you get it's about UV. Yeah. So it's one of those things that you just, you can't predict that, but diecast, yeah, man. Yeah, years of knowledge. Yeah, it's been doing comics since I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and I started with Marvel Treasury, the larger books, just basically like tracing them and then beginning to draw them, and then gradually comics are a big part of me doing art and getting into art school and graphics and that. So a huge influence for me. Yeah. Hey, Misha Renee, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming.
Slightly old enough to be what? To be B?
That's right. And I think that's where Kollecting Kaos and myself, I have some knowledge. My expertise is toys. I love comics. I'm getting back into the comics, but he also loves toys, but he is really the comic expert here per se. And that's where I think we can kind of talk the talk about certain things and drop knowledge to you guys for whatever you're interested in. So yeah, this is more of I guess I would say more of a hang and chill We're gonna chat. We're gonna
let's take the simplest of all repairs, removing the spine roll on a comic. It's the easiest one in the world to do. You can do it with a steam iron. I have a video on how to do it with a steam iron. I've been doing that since the early 70s.
Yeah.
Now, I don't do it that way anymore very often. Sometimes I still do when I can find my iron. There's a lot of other things you can do with irons too that I haven't delved into. I can remove spine ticks. I don't like to. It's a pain in the butt.
Right.
And I show a tool for working on comics that every person in America, as a matter of fact, in nearly all the world, has at their home. And I show that in tomorrow's video, and a lot of people will be surprised.
Little bit of an echo, KK. Maybe you turn down your volume just a little bit. I only have one browser and the chat. I don't have anything else open. So if you,
all right. Yeah, it's definitely me, and I'm not sure why. Apparently, the equipment I have that's supposed to keep me from echoing is not working properly.
I got you.
Because I actually have a program to stop that echo. It's to
Good question. So we have a question here from the chat. This is Johnny.
Okay.
Cajun Roots is asking it. So do you have a comic store front where people can get to bring you work, I guess, for your repair?
Okay. Two things on that. I no longer own a comic store. I did back in the 90s. I did not close down because of the crash. I didn't close down until 2001. And the reason I closed down was because my landlord decided to more than double my rent, and I just couldn't afford that. I don't do repairs for other people. There's a whole thing. There's a whole liability thing there. Let's say you bring a comic to me to repair, and I ruin it. To my way of thinking, I need to pay for that comic, or pay for a replacement of equal value or more. And it's just more than I want to deal with. So I just do my own books. Occasionally, I will sell one of the ones that I've done work to. Sometimes by accident, sometimes on purpose.
Yeah. So we have in the chat.
I might offer this one as at a later date as a giveaway.
Yeah. One of the things that I did talk about, Chaos, is that we talking about some of the wonderful packs that I have on deck, and I did do one break last night. I checked one out. Very happy with it. I think that's something that will be nice to offer for the folks, or even just to know what's kind of in there. So that's something we could do maybe a little bit later. I had one, and it was 10 mint Batman, all good stuff. I was very happy with that. So similar guys that you see online where you do breaks, where there's Pokemon cards, baseball cards, we might be trying that with comics. I got these sealed packs. I don't know what's in it. You have comics that are older.
Yeah, you have to open 2 of those, but not the one with Wonder Woman on it.
I didn't know. I don't think I opened that one. I don't think I opened that one.
I want. That one's mine. I won't open that one.
You know, we do so many auctions, and I mean, KK and I have a tray that's kind of ever building because I get a lot of stuff. He has a vast collection. If he hasn't seen it, it might have a rarity. But guys, I deal in multiples. So I can offer. Hey, what's up, Jason? Good to see you, brother. Jason was hilarious last night.
Godzilla expert.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Good to see you.
Godzilla's rocking out today.
Hey,
So,
he always rocks.
I'll introduce this. I know this is. I'd say this is Darth Gojira. He is he used to own a comic shop, correct, Darth? Right?
Yeah.
He's in West Coast, California, right?
Yep.
And Darth, every bit about Godzilla, Ultraman, kaiju monsters. Correct me if that's your real
I have to go get something and make Darth very jealous.
You got it, brother. You got
That
it.
and Henshin heroes. Henshin are transformation heroes. They do a pose or hit a button and turn into a hero, like Kamen Rider, Mirror Man, Kakaider, all these things. Hey, Jason. Jason, I hope we get that straightened out. Okay. One thing I want to show you guys that I picked up today at my LCS. It's not worth anything, but it is an incredibly beautiful read and very poignant. It's called Breath and Bones, A Tale of the Golem. It's
Nice.
published by Dark Horse. It is a beautiful, award-winning story about a British plane crashing on the outskirts of a small Jewish town, drawing the attention of Nazi forces during World War II. To protect their homes and families, one man gives his life to create a creature of legend, the Golem. Following the orders of the man's grandson, the Golem fights for the town and becomes the friend no one expected. It is a beautiful story. The artwork, as you can see, is just utterly gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
great
looks
stuff.
almost like it's ink washed.
I don't know how these guys did it. Let me show you.
Or like ink, painted ink.
It could be.
The various shades.
And then it's got designs at the back here showing how he came up with the golem and all that.
So a couple people in the chat.
There, Horizon's over there smiling when I said ink wash because he knows exactly what I'm talking about, and is probably surprised that I know what I'm talking about.
I'll just say a couple people in the chat want to jump on. I just will say I think we're just getting rolling. We're about 17 minutes in, guys. It's at least a 2-hour show, right, KK? We're just kind of getting rolling. We'll try to fill up the room a little bit. We'll talk about some stuff, and then obviously this is KK's channel. He can decide who comes on, who doesn't. And
basic rules. No profanity.
Yeah.
No nudity.
Correct.
No talking about drugs of any kind.
Yeah, we're trying to be kid friendly here, guys. We're comic talk. I do think we agree no more than 4 people on the panel. I think it gets a little kind of crazy and talking over, and I just to have it kind of be streamlined, and you guys want to hear what we have, and we can share and take turns and whatnot. So
now this isn't going to make him jealous, but I just thought I'd show him this. This is classic Star Wars. It's a digest size that Dark Horse did, reprinting
make yourself larger, Chaos. Make it so you could show the book.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
There you go.
And like I said, it's from Dark Horse Comics, and it reprints some of the Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
Nice.
Awesome. I notice also they're using the original art. Yeah, I noticed they're using the original art for that as well.
But this is what's going to make you jealous.
I love Gone.
Oh yeah, that's your toy.
I love Gone. I love Gone. Gone is very cool.
Oh, that's how you do that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a cool toy. Absolutely. And I remember, like, I saw a couple weeks ago, somebody had Concrete. I remember the independent Concrete. That was a really cool, fun, independent character. So.
I think I bought a couple of them from Mike, but I haven't got
them. Yeah, I remember that from back. Yeah, in that kind of Boris the Bear, Fish Police kind of interesting.
Yeah,
okay, when it beats, I got it.
I like the 80s stuff. It's good stuff.
Yep.
So are we talking 80s toys or comics? Because I just heard Chaos say he loves the 80s.
Yeah, I love the 80s independent comics.
Oh, yeah, there was some really good stuff there.
I'm something of a fan of some of the 80s toys, too.
Yep. And yeah, Paul Chadwick's Concrete was fantastic. It really was.
Lisa says she has the whole series. Hey, Lisa, I'm interested. Hit me up. Yeah, that was one of the ones I got kind of unfortunately, sign of the times. I used to have a tremendous comic collection, doing consulting, 9/11, adversity, had to kind of cash in some of them assets. So a lot of my choice stuff is no longer with me. Have had a modicum of success since then, and I'm trying to get it back. So I'm interested.
And you just described a lot of the adult collectors today.
Absolutely. And
People
it happens.
who are trying to recapture their childhood.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back all the stuff I got rid of when I lost the store and hit hard times and had a fire and
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, I was unemployed for
Hey, good to see you.
years. Yeah.
Hey, it's BK. All right.
What's up, BK? Good to see you, brother.
All right. Horizon, I sent you an email. Read it when you get a chance because I think I did something on your packages and one of them's already being returned to me.
Oh, boy.
At your P.O. box, will they accept it if it just says Horizon Picks on it, or does it have to have your name?
I will probably get a slip, and I can certainly go check that. Normally, I mean, I can. It's down the street. I use that for obvious reasons for whatnot, but I can certainly check that. I could check it tonight with Informed Delivery and figure out what's going on.
Yeah, they said they sent it back because they didn't know the name.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah,
No
so
problem.
don't worry about it. That may happen with the Hellboy 2, and if it does, I'll just pay for priority shipping to get it back out and make sure your name is on it instead. Guys, I apologize so much.
But now that I know who you are for sure, you know what I'm saying? I home address, not a problem. It's just, you know what I'm saying. So
yeah, no, I dig it.
And I got your package yesterday, Darth, and opened it this morning.
Cool.
Oh, cool. Cool.
So it didn't take me a week to open this time.
Okay. Did you enjoy the the birthday presents?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
But
good.
it's more work. I've got more work to do now. Like I didn't have enough with 20,000 plus 21,000 copies.
Well, I'm expecting
another 1,000 right here. Even though I sold close to 100 of them, it's still another 1,000 comics.
Well, I'm expecting that two-gun kid to look really nice and primo when you're done with it.
Yeah, I need to clean that one.
Yeah.
So anybody in the chat, if you have any comic-centric questions, just stuff you want to know.
We're going to bring Invisible Man for about 4 or 5 minutes. Not a long time because I have a lot of other people that might want to come in. Mm-hmm. I know Diecast Comics would like to get a chance to dip his feet in the water with StreamYard, so we'll bring him in too.
Let me just say something real quick to Lisa. Lisa, once I'm all paid up and everything, then I'll worry about my PC. Right now, I've only had 1/3 of my money come in from last night, so I can't be spending anything yet. But I definitely am interested in those JSAs. You know, I love my Golden Age, so.
What's up, Invisible Man? How are you, man?
I was going through these boxes earlier today. I found a couple of young All-Stars. Problem is, I don't have them, so I'm sorry. But
how are you, Invisible? How are you? You're live.
I keep it together. Keep it together. So what do? We showing recent pickups or what?
No, just talking comics, brother.
We're talking.
Yep.
Fat. Okay, we got I'm gonna put a bag over it because the cover's a little questionable, but
yeah, Wally Wood stuff is not appropriate. Wally Wood stuff in that vein is not appropriate.
Yeah. He does not allow anything skinny related. I almost showed up a pickup that I got today for $2, which was spouse number 4, but then I remembered where I was.
That's a Griffey Aries. Tim Goodall. Hamster Vice Better. We got that TMNT style
So
yeah, Hamster Mice was kind of an interesting comment.
just Chaos, check.
But they're up mice this time.
Private chat, Chaos, when you
We
get a
got,
chance, brother. Just so you.
Okay.
Can we do syrups? Yeah.
Actually, I don't even know if I can get into private chat.
You just
I
click
know
over.
Dave Sim has questionable politics,
Mine
but can
is
we still
different
show
than
this?
yours. I hate to do this to you, but your internet's just not supporting it. So I'm going to have to go ahead and remove you.
We got
Nothing to do with
the
what you're
Miami
showing.
Mice.
It's just your internet connection isn't good enough.
Yeah, we don't want to be insensitive to him. I mean, he definitely loves his comics. He did great on the auction the other night. He just
Thank you.
Yes, he did, and you have to have. We're living in a digital world, so I think it's just important to have a good internet connection. He does tend to fall off, and it does kind of hold up the show. So I think I think you guys would agree with that.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come on, you want to come on the panel, make sure you can't be on your phone. We do need a high speed. It should look like me right here, right? Nice and I have fiber optic 300 megabyte landline connection that works. You don't have to be that high, but again, it should be a little bit of a better quality. I think he might be on his phone or Wi-Fi.
Question from BK here. I think I've got a couple of Monster Hunters, but I've never really collected it. If I do find them, I will give you first pick at them, BK.
Yeah, I've been trying to find some for myself, and that's one of the Charlton books that's harder to find than most. And when you do find them, they're expensive for some reason.
Well, wasn't there a Marvel Monster Hunters also?
That I have. Yeah, I have those.
I thought that's what he was talking about.
I'm pretty sure when I hear Monster Hunters, I think automatically of the Charlton run.
Oh, okay.
More than because the Monster Hunters from the Marvel Universe only had 1 3-issue miniseries, and then Elsa Bloodstone took over and made it Legion of Monsters, and then she trained Kid Kaiju for Monsters Unleashed. But thank you for the compliments on my cat. There's actually 3 around me. Okay, one in my lap.
We have a couple new people dropped in the chat. Chaos, up to you. Thrifty Junker, she was assisting.
Scroll up, Diecast. If you scroll up, you should be able to find the link.
Yep.
If you want to make Thrifty Junker, that's Dina. She was assisting us the other night with StreamYard. If you want to make her a wrench, go for that. It's up to you.
Oh, yeah.
Cajun Roots Reseller, Johnny's a wrench on my channel. If you wanted to put that out, just to have some people say hello. We have Perla's Precious. Hey, Perla, she just jumped in. Good to see you. We have some other folks coming in here. Gracie Dandoff, good to see you. Welcome.
That's my granddaughter.
Oh, welcome. Good to meet you. I'm Horizon Picks. I'm Roy. Down below here is Darth. It's Jim. And
hello.
Good to meet you. Okay.
Oh, Chaos. Cajun has a comic-related question for you. He wants to know what's the best website to do research for looking up comic books to resell. If you're looking for what would be a key issue and valuable, one of your best bets is Go Collect or Cover Price, because you can just type in an issue on Cover Price. It'll tell you everything about that, if it's hot, what the going rate raw or all that stuff is. But Chaos doesn't need those sites. He has all that knowledge encyclopedic in his head. He's like,
are you looking for information on the comics, or are you looking for prices on current market values? That's what I want to know.
Goes that to you, Darth? Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't say just for resell, But I have a question for all three of us. I was watching a channel. Oh, he wants both.
Okay. Let me bring up the browser on one of my other computers
Okay.
because I have them bookmarked on. Well,
Yeah.
actually, the computer's over there.
We have so Patrick
I have
Murphy.
one over there too. I have one on. Yeah.
Patrick Murphy just jumped in the chat. Obviously, Chaos. We talked about Patrick. He was on the panel last week.
Oh,
Up to you.
absolutely. Patrick's always
Yeah,
welcome.
he just jumped in. Patrick's there.
Patrick's a good guy.
Yepper.
For information on comics, comics.org is a good site. For DC, they have a DC database. There's also a Marvel database. Both of those I use also.
Yeah.
When I just want to know about comics in general.
Yep.
And a lot of time, that's how I come up with information so quickly on them that I don't remember, but I know. I go to these sites.
He makes us think he knows it all. I see now. I've learned your trick.
You don't need to know everything. You just need to know where to find everything.
There you go. And if you want prices and want to know what's hot, what's selling, you go to the sites I mentioned. Go collect.com and coverprice.com. And cover is COVR price.com.
And don't forget eBay, the sold listings.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's where that's my forte, right? Is the eBay stuff. And I call it the Feebay, right? And it has somewhat, yeah, it kind of has that kind of real world what people will pay, but it's still you're shipping, there's fees, but it is a good option for those, especially with the app, to get an idea. And I think especially with the certified slabs, to get an idea of like, wow, somebody just paid X for this. And that's actually what I use. People may or may not have been okay with my prices on my slabs last night, but it's just, I do free shipping. Some of these are only going to go up in my opinion. And it's one of those, hey, and I take offers on stuff just like on eBay, you can make an offer. So.
No, your price on the Frank Miller Dark Knight Returns, totally good. Okay. Yeah. Here's what's going on. And this was something I was going to bring up so we could all discuss it.
Hi, what's up, BMOS?
I love that, BMOS. Good job.
See you, Laura. Yeah. Hey, that's why I'm here. I'm a giver. Sharing is caring. Go ahead, Darth. Sorry.
There you go. But a lot of people are worried about, we're in a bubble. It's gonna pop. They're worried about a repeat of the 90s. I don't see that happening, but I do see a serious course correction. I mean, and there's a lot of factors that have gone into everybody's frivolous spending. Here in California, for example, we couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything, and stimmy checks were coming in left and right. We've had 3 of them so far.
Sure.
And so people wanted to do stuff with that money, and they bought comic books, and people were able to price gouge them on comics, and they had the money to pay it. They didn't care. But we got no more stimmies. From what I've heard, in July, everything's going to get opened back up again. So, I'll be back in the office, no more masks. And things are going to go back to the way they were. People are going to be happy to just go out, go to a movie, go out to dinner, they're not going to be spending money on comics. So I think it's going to be a serious course correction. But one thing that will save the market that couldn't save it back in 1999, 2000 was the fact that there's been an influx of new people, whether they're young or old, getting into comics, wanting to read, wanting to learn what to buy.
There's also investors, speculators coming in.
That's
from the sports card.
The speculators, the speckers, as I call them, that's what killed the market in '99. 5 million Spider-Man #1s and 10 million Wildcats.
Really
Kahlua,
didn't
come on.
help that Marvel went bankrupt about that
Cat.
time either.
Cat squirrel.
Yeah, she wanted to be on the camera.
I know how that is.
Yeah. But then when you put them on camera, they're like, "Oh crap!"
So if I could just jump in for 1 second, again, you're hitting on a really good point, and I'll just kind of throw it out to the chat right here. A lot of people that are in the chat right now are exactly what you're saying. They're interested in comics. They may not know a lot about them. They're everywhere. They have antique booths. They do flea markets. They do the Feebay. Maybe they're just interested again in that. What is this about? So that's really some of, we have, I call it just like the comic nerds, that group.
Yeah.
Comic book guys, I get it. That's all great too. There's several of them in the chat, but that's where I'm kind of trying to bring that together. And you guys, you're dropping knowledge and sharing this stuff is great, and I think it's compelling. And having the diversity of this panel, because we all bring different things, is great. So that's what we're trying to do here. And I think
we have 3 new mods. Thrifty Junker is a mod. Bemos is a mod. Patrick is a mod.
All right. Now, I'm going to give you guys a few tips, and Chaos will back me up or correct me if I'm wrong. If you're looking just to sell to people, stuff you can't go wrong with, okay? You can't go wrong with Superman or Batman books. You can't go wrong with Spider-Man. You can't go wrong with the Hulk. You can't go wrong with the big books that everybody knows. Avenger. Don't get into the indie market. The indie market is too crazy right now.
Here we go. A lot of them in here. Exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Stick with that stuff. People will always buy that stuff. There's always a market for it. What I do to protect myself and hedge my bets on comics, because I buy for my collection, my personal collection, which is all monster comics and horror comics from the Golden Age up to current. Okay. But my favorite is Golden and Silver Age and some Bronze. Why? Because especially with Golden and Silver, even if you get a beat up book, guy, it's still going to go up in value. Not as much as that 9.8, but it does have a slow yield and a return on the investment. Okay. Which is why even 1.5s of Giant Size X-Men #1 are costing $8,000 to $12,000 now, because people can't afford the 9.8s anymore. So they go after those.
Let me dive in here real quick and explain a few things.
Go for it.
The Golden Age of comics. Comics basically published between 1938 and 1954 are the Golden Age. This is not the way I grew up with it, but that's the way it is now.
Yeah.
Anything from 1954 to 1970 is Silver Age.
Yep.
Silver Age goes up to about 1980, or no, Bronze Age starts around 1970, goes to about 1984.
Some people say 87. That's in big debate now, but
that's the way I look at it. Copper Age is a newer one, starts around 84. We just figures from the 70s, it's bronze. From the 80s, it's copper.
Right.
Anything after 1990 is modern.
Yeah. So just if a couple more people jumped in here.
A little bit in understanding what we're talking about when we say copper or bronze or silver or gold.
Yeah.
If you want Chaos, Jennifer Hayes jumped in. She was one of the people I instantly made a mod on my channel. She shares all the links. If you'd like to give her that, you feel free. She basically is an amazing sharer of everyone's channels on all the channels. If she jumped in to say hello. And if we have some other, Nick Azato's in here. Hey, Nick, he does some of our auctions. Good to see you.
1967 is Silver Age, Bemos. Good question.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I actually consider the Bronze Age to start right around 1968 with the explosion of Marvel. And the reason I say explosion of Marvel is in 1968, Marvel was no longer confined to like 8 or 10 or 12 titles or whatever they had. They had a set number of titles. These are the only ones the distributors would allow them to publish. If they published more, they wouldn't going to get distributed. In 1968, that went away, and they were able to publish whatever they wanted. And that's when you saw Tales of Suspense turn into Captain America, and Doctor Strange got his own title.
Yes.
Or no, the other way around.
So,
Tales of Suspense was Captain America.
Yeah, so I'll put it in the chat by decade what the ages are, just for as we're talking to help people out. But you guys keep going.
Yeah,
So,
but basically, 60s, figure 60s is Silver Age.
yeah, I'll start with 50s and golden.
But it's late 50s to early 60s.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
to 60s.
it's funny.
Basically, 70s is Bronze Age. Basically,
Yeah,
80s
it's by
is Copper.
decade. Yeah.
I'm going to age myself here. I remember back in the day when the Marvel Age the Marvel Age of comics was considered to start in 1961 or 62, whatever year and month.
1961 was the first Fantastic Four comic.
Exactly, FF1. And the Silver Age for DC started with showcase number 4, first appearance of Barry Allen Flash.
Which I think is crap.
You don't like Carmine Infantino?
I love Carmine Infantino, but I don't think Showcase number 4 should be the first Silver Age comic. Because Lois Lane had the first, or actually, Jimmy Olsen got his own comic 2 years earlier. Lois Lane got a comic before the Flash comic was restarted.
30s and 50s was Golden Age Horizon. 30s to 50s.
Went into their own comic before the Flash.
Again, it's 50. I'm just did it to keeping it simple. Again, a lot of these folks do eBay, so it matters, right? They might look at the date. They can put that in their keyword. This is a Silver Age book. This is a Bronze Age. Just the basics.
But
Makes
the
sense.
the 40s is the true Golden Age. When I first started collecting comics, Golden Age went from 1938 Action Comics #1.
Yep.
To the end of World War II.
Yep.
Right. Pre-war to the.
Then you had pre-code comics.
Yeah.
So this is the pre-comic codes comics.
Yeah, the whole seduction of innocence.
Then you had the Silver Age. Then you had the Silver Age.
Yep.
And that was it. There was no Bronze Age.
I joke.
Because I started collecting about the time of, seriously collecting about 1968 or 1969. So, there was no Bronze Age because I was in the Bronze Age.
Yeah.
We called that the modern age back then.
Understood. And here's a fun fact about the Golden Age, guys. There were more comics printed during the Golden Age, even on the worst selling title. We're talking, they printed in the 4 or 5 million copies of a book. Okay. And this was every printer did this.
No, they were in the hundreds of thousands.
They were higher from what I heard.
Detective Comics, Batman Comics, Superman.
Yeah, those were much higher from what I heard.
Those routinely sold in the millions.
Yeah. Well,
the others, 4, 5, 6, 700,000, just slightly under a million per issue.
Yeah. And it's funny, you can barely find any today, but that's because so many of them went to the war drives, paper drives, all that stuff. Yeah.
They had paper drives right up into the 60s.
Yep. That's true. So it's kind of crazy, that's why I get excited when I find a Silver Age book, even if it's a return copy, because it's like, ooh, history, and it didn't bother me at all that Captain Marvel Adventures didn't sell. It went right back into my PC, and I know nobody wants it. It isn't coming out.
An interesting question in the chat, and this is a nice topic.
Going out on Marvel, Spider-Man.
So a really interesting question. Laura Bemos is saying, yeah, I don't know the difference between DC and Marvel, and that's a very not really a complicated answer for me. The way to kind of know, in my opinion, is you basically have DC being the way earlier. You're obviously Superman, Batman, but then I always just think of my man Stan Lee, Silver Age, the explosion of Hulk, Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, and you're having Stan Lee creating edgy, real life, Spider-Man with great power comes great responsibility. And you're having these darker, more realistic characters, and that to me is Marvel, and that is what I do like. DC Comics, don't get me wrong, but the Marvel and the Silver Age books that we all know, and they're all obviously they're doing DC too, but these Marvel movies are just exploding. So that's kind of that, and you can almost guess by character which publisher it is. So if you think about the Dark, except for the Dark Knight, that's the one that Frank Miller rocked it and created that for DC, which I thought was awesome. But other than that, Marvel is, in my opinion, edgier in certain ways. That's just my opinion. That's what I like. So
Marvel used to be good.
But DC was more fun to read.
Yeah. I don't mean to cut. Nowadays, Marvel's writing and art
by Diecast Comics
is subpar. I hate to say it, but today's Marvel is subpar. It's not the Marvel I grew up with, And I'm 54, and I've been reading comics almost as long as I've been into Godzilla, which is like 7,
Right.
Okay. And there's definitely a decline. The only reason they keep putting out the comics, I think Marvel is to keep the IP alive, so they keep making the movies. Now, DC has great art and sometimes great writing now, but they're all over the place. Ever since they brought in more weird people and moved to Burbank and are trying to go Hollywood, something happened with DC.
Ever since they got rid of Vertigo.
Thank you.
Yes.
So let me take one moment. I'll introduce the new man to our panel. It's Chris. Good to see you in person, Chris. Good.
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Representing New Jersey, right?
That's right. That's right.
That's right, man. So yeah, give us a little background on yourself. We don't know much about you. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I've been collecting comics I've read them since I was, about 7, 8 years old. But I've been collecting more and more since after high school. And then I basically collect for the art and the story. Like you can't get any better than that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah, I got so many now. Like I'm trying to I get lost.
Yeah.
And one of the best stories I've read in the last 3 or 4 years is that the Mystic Eve.
Yeah.
The 3 issues miniseries. If you don't have it, it's worth getting.
Yeah. One of the best comic books that I've read in the last year wasn't Marvel or DC, and it wasn't a Godzilla comic, okay? Because I know that's what everybody's expecting.
No, there's some great independence for sure. Good.
Yeah, it's from a company called Vault, and they seem to specialize in low-key horror, and I believe it's a Colin Dunn book. He seems to he's just on point with whatever he does horror related. It's called I Walk with Monsters, and there's no value with it. It's about this little girl had a traumatic experience who bonds with a shapeshifter.
Mm-hmm.
And he has really no control over it. And there's another cat. They want to get their screen time. But it is a phenomenal read. Every time I finish an issue, it leaves me wanting the next one. And that's what a comic should do. is you read it and you're like, oh man, I can't wait for the next issue. Another book like that, remarkable, is another independent. It's called Giga. And it's about giant robots that were considered gods waging war. And once they won the war, they let us live in them, and a whole religion is built up around them. It's so crazy and well written, and the art is phenomenal. And I'm like, why are these small guys that have to do Kickstarter campaigns doing better work than the big two? What's wrong here? You know?
Yeah, that's it. To me, it's like now with all the independents, it feels like the 80s and 90s again with all the independents that no one knew about, but they read them because certain people knew about them.
Yeah. But the difference is now they're getting recognition. So there's not just, I mean, the only thing that saved the 80s independent scene was TMNT. Now
Yeah,
you've got Something is Killing the Children. I mean, almost every book Image puts out is golden.
Department of Truth.
Yeah. And we've had and like Robert Kirkman, that man can do no wrong. Every book he puts out, movie, cartoon, TV series, oh my God.
It's like a slice of golden pie. Whoever he does.
All right,
comics
so
I've been enjoying over the last year, Inkblot, which if you haven't checked out, that's a good independent.
So again, I'll throw it right up here, guys. So I like, this is by Boom Comics, independent. Something is Killing the Children. This is, again, an independent. It's one of the biggest comics. I did feature this on my Instagram. I believe I showed it on Johnny's show. I do like to bring newer comics. I'm learning from you guys too. So this is one of the biggest comics of last year, hands down. How many prints are we in here, Garth?
Eight, nine.
The first issue alone has 8 printings, and I think they're close to 500,000 copies in print. And I can tell you right now, the 8th printing, and I've had 2 of them, both have been free to me, are still selling on Evil Bay for $15 plus. Okay, and people are paying it. That's how hot this book is for an 8th printing. Guys, an 8th printing.
Yeah.
I got this on eBay. Again, you guys are doing the auction and stuff, and you know what?
My wife is texting me. Hold on.
No worries.
You guys talk.
No worries. I will do my eBay kung fu in the background, right? I'll find something. And I grabbed this, but this is, I believe this is the first, this is a first print, first issue, chromium cover. Something is Killing the Children, #1. If you find this out in the wild, pick it up. It is going. I think it's one of the biggest books. So
that reminds me, Horizon, hit up your comic book store on New Comic Book Day. Everybody. There's going to be
if you don't give me a chance to get a word in edgewise. Let me finish with the comics that I'm enjoying right now.
Go for it. Yes.
Robin Hood by Zenescope. And what is it? I can't. There's another Zenescope comic that I'm really enjoying, and it's like the great granddaughter of Van Helsing.
Oh, okay.
And those are ones that I'm really enjoying.
Right on.
Okay, go ahead. You guys can talk now.
Well, until you told me the Zenescope books were good, I thought they were just good girl art cheesecake crap books, But I might actually check them out now. But I was going to let you guys know, and you probably already know this. Something is Killing the Children is going to have a free comic book day book, and it's going to kick off the new series. It's Enter the Slaughterhouse, and it's how that woman gets trained to be able to see and kill the creatures that are hurting all the children,
Right, BK, Van Helsing. Have you been reading it, BK? I think it's great.
I'm going to get some coffee. I'll be right back. But everybody pick up that book.
After 2 pots last night? No.
Yeah, I passed out. I passed out today. I went to work, and then I'm having more coffee. But I offset it by drinking 2 or 3 of these a day. So
Oh, okay. Well, that makes that evens it out.
yeah,
I-
exactly.
I
I'll be
live
right
on
back, guys.
coffee. I live on coffee, water, beer, and adrenaline. That's my 4 liquids. So.
But I like reading other things too and collecting other things too. You know, like these.
Nice.
Oh, the digest.
Yeah, no, Big Little Book.
Big Little Book.
Oh,
Yeah, beautiful.
I'm not sure
Yeah,
which one it's from.
Jason, man. Jason was in rare form last night, my friend.
oh
We
yeah.
went to, what was it, 4 o'clock, 4:30? I don't know. I jumped off around 4:30, but man, you were in rare. Threw you out
I-
to the parking lot, but you came back.
I passed out at like 3:30.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris, man, you got quite the stack from several people. So as I said, you come, you get. It's good.
This one is from 1938.
Snow White. Oh,
Nice.
I think I had that.
Nice.
But this particular,
I didn't know what that was. I just put it in a box.
Yeah, the Big Little Books are very collectibles. And again, condition, very collectible.
Yeah, yeah.
this one is also from 1938.
Oh, there you go. Bemos is asking you, Darth, what was the name of the first no-value horror book that you mentioned? She's asking, what was... Oh, you're muted. You're muted. Oh.
I Walk with Monsters is what it's called. Incredible book. And check out that whole company. It's called Vault. Every book they put out is astounding. I need to go work for them and promote their stuff. They're that good. Okay, I really enjoy them. I think it has a lot to do with the writing too. The writers are just incredible, and the artwork is good. The first issue hooked me. I mean, oh my god! And then stuff like this, Breath and Bones.
Mhm.
I mean, comic books don't make me tear up. This made me tear up, man. It's that kind of a poignant story. You know, the Jews' last hope against the Nazis, a man willing to sacrifice himself to bring the golem to life to save their entire village from the Nazi army invasion. I mean, it is incredible. And I showed you the art earlier. Beautiful, like you said, ink wash stuff. I mean, there are good books for us to read out there and enjoy. That's why I always say buy what you like and read what you buy. You know.
I was doing that in the 90s. I was buying what I like, and I'd go into my local comic shop. This was before I had my own store, and I'd pick up my Superman, my action comics, my Supergirl and Superboy, and all of these. And the other ones were, obviously you don't know anything about comic books.
So I'll share.
These are what kids were telling me. You'd be buying X-Men if you knew anything about comic books. And I just look at them and go, well, yeah, but I like these, so this is what I'm going to buy. Well, they're not going to be worth anything. Funny thing is, some of those Supermans and action comics that are now worth a whole lot more than those X-Men that they were buying.
That's
Yeah.
And it's not about worth, it's about what you're going to read. And if it's going to sit there, why even get it?
Yeah, exactly. Comic books are meant to be read. That's why I know slabbing is a good thing to preserve old comics and stuff, but I still can't wrap my head around it because you can't read a slab.
Yeah, but they make great sandwich
true.
plates.
I have a small slab collection on the wall.
I have a
But that's
small
because
slab.
they're
Well,
all-
maybe not
That's the
small.
only reason why I have them slabbed is because they're ones that I like. And
Yeah.
the grade don't matter to me. So
I have a few slabs, and I bought them because I wanted them. Not because I wanted them slabbed, but because I wanted that particular comic. And some of those I have regular copies of too, raw copies of also.
Yeah. Like the only reason I bought that Akira slab is, I needed that issue #1 because it's hard to find Katsuhiro Otomo's Oh,
Again, I'm
But
just giving guys. I'm just showing an example for people that don't know what it is. Chaos. If you want to make me, I could just talk to it. You guys keep talking. I'm just gonna want to show people that don't know what we're talking about.
Now, he wants $100 for that shipped. Just so you know.
great
And all I
deal
have to
too.
do is let him know.
So this is a certified CGC. This comic book was sent in, okay, to a company, and you're basically taking some of this, subjectiveness of grading out of it. So this
Yep.
one's been graded a 9.4 on a 10.0 scale. Okay.
Which means it's almost near mint.
Yeah. So, and this one in particular is where
That's really cool.
yeah, he's got a good one. So again, these are if you're not really
Do I have to go get
interested.
one now? Do I have to go get one of my slabs now?
I think you have to. And I'll put up a raw so they know the difference between slabbed and raw.
So
This is a raw book, guys. A raw book is one you just buy off the shelf, bag, and board it. If you buy a book like this, you have to take into consideration if there's spine wear, if there's any folds in the cover, if it's a white back, on the comic, is it dirty? With these graded books, you don't, but you can't read those. Graded books command anywhere from 5 to 10 to 50 times more value than a raw book. Do you want to go spend money and get every book graded? No.
No.
Okay, you want to get what's called keys graded. Key books are where there's something super significant that happens in that book, like introducing a new hero, someone dies, a new character is put in, or some secret revelation that's going to change the whole structure of the story moving forward. Those are called key issues. That stuff, slab it, put it up.
I have a question.
If you want to
Do you
just
want to see my 9.2 that I brought in here, or do you want to see my 9.6 that I brought in here?
I'd like to maybe give a little details before you do that for people in the chat who I have some more information to share, maybe before we start comparing slabs.
Okay.
One of the things that's very interesting here is you see there's a barcode. Okay. I'm almost positive that with the app for CGC, you can scan this and it will actually verify that this is an original certified comic when it was done. Okay. It also has on it details that matter. The grade, this one has white pages. All of these things matter. It will also have the hologram on the side. So these are things you're going to look for if you see these out in the wild. This one also has Frank Miller story, Mazzucchelli art, and it gives the date of 1986.
And
so
the newer slabs have a QR code.
Correct. Right.
Yeah.
This one was I sent this one. I got this a while back. So again, for those of you that find, let me just finish. For those of you in the chat that maybe find these out and you're interested, do look for these hallmarks. Go for it. I'm done.
They also have, if you don't have a way to read the barcode, they do have a serial number.
Correct.
Yep. And you can type that into their website.
9.6 or 9.2?
Do the 9.2.
The 9.2? You were talking about a key. Is that a key enough for you?
First Call the Conqueror, Robert E. Howard.
Yes.
I'll be right back.
Well, there's another key.
But I want to show the 9.6. And the nice part about these is I said something about it. You see, it's got this little lip that goes all the way around, so your sandwich doesn't fall off.
Here's a key.
Here's the 9.6. This is also a key.
Yeah, there you go. Why is Muppet Babies a key? Why is that a key?
It's the first issue.
That's true. Their first appearance in comics, yeah.
Yeah.
So does that mean I should get my near mint Defenders of the Earth #1
Let's put
slab?
the Phantom in the Flash.
Yes,
And
with Phantom Flash, Mandrake the Magician, and the kids for all their first appearance in the cartoon. It's like $1 comic. It's not worth anything, but I love that cartoon and I love those characters. I love the Golden Age.
Here's the way I look at slabs. I don't get anything slabbed. I buy them that way.
Oh, okay.
And I generally don't pay a lot of money for them, with the exception of the Creatures on the Loose. That cost me a couple of pennies.
Yeah. Now, guys, if you are looking to buy raw books,
if you're going to get your comic slabbed, make sure it's in the best condition it can be, and make sure it's a comic that you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And keep in mind too, there's 2 companies that do it, that do the slabbing. There's CBCS and there is CGC, and they both have pros and cons. There's more than that. No, you don't want to go to PGX. You do not want to go to PGX for comics. No. Those are the only 2 you go to for comics.
New company coming up, and his slabs are improving every couple of months. So I don't remember the name of the company.
Morton.
Well, Patrick, you send it to the grading company and they do it. It's a process. They'll grade the comic. Yeah, and the reason you do it is to, number 1, preserve that book, and number 2, certify the grade, which automatically increases the value significantly. Like I said, it could be as little as 4 times, or it could be as much as 40 times the value of the book raw. For example, let's say that that the Catwoman 50 I held up was a $50 book raw in near mint condition. If I go get it slabbed, if it graded, we call it slab, that's the term. But if you send it into one of the grading companies, get it graded, and they put it in the protective case, which you can't open without breaking, it's certified. Okay, that's proven beyond a shadow of a doubt. This is a 9.8. It is a 9.9. That automatically increases the value of that book to about $450, $500. Boom, because it is certified. All right. I hope that makes sense. It takes them a minimum of 90 days to go through the whole process and then ship the book back to you. Right now, they're not even taking submissions anymore. They're so backed up. They shut down submissions for the rest of this year, guys.
But here's the thing. What they do and what they take 90 days to do, I can do in about 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And
that's because I have that much experience.
Yeah.
And the chances are my grade is harder than theirs is.
Yeah.
Mine is more strict.
Yep. If Chaos does sell you a restored book, though, that is not one you're going to want to send into CGC. Not because there's anything wrong with it. I've seen his work. He is excellent. I mean, that Tarzan he fixed, I couldn't even tell. I thought, oh my God, it was brand new off the shelf. But for some reason in the current market, it is a big no-no to do any restoration. And they automatically kill the book.
If I sent that Tarzan in, it would come back as conserved, not as restored.
Yeah.
Because tape is allowed, and I use I don't use the methods that I know how to use.
Mm-hmm.
I understand all those other methods on how to do the actual restoration,
mm-hmm.
but I won't use them because I don't like it.
Go for it, Chris. You've got the floor.
He's got to wear different t-shirts all the time.
You just changed.
Are you ready to open a pack of Ollie?
We're about an hour in, guys. We don't know how long you want to go. I mean, we're having. I think the discussion's cool. I don't want to disrupt anything here, but I do like me some comic merch. Obviously Darth's got on a cool shirt there, Chris too. Why not?
Instead of rocking Elvis, gotta have rocking Godzilla, and it's the 1962 King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh,
That's right.
maybe that's what
Okay,
this
I'm
one
going
is.
to answer a question from chat. Maria, the reason CGC is more is because they have been in business longer.
Yeah, over 20 years now.
So for comics, they have not been in business of grading longer than CBCS.
Hold
because
on.
CBCS is a part of Beckett, and Beckett's been grading cards for 40 years.
Yeah, that's the one reason why I use CBCS.
Yeah, I ordered my Overstreet today. The latest one, Chaos. I ordered that from Amazon. That'll come, and I think maybe even by tomorrow. So I'll be on
Is that the
top of some
one?
of the values.
Is that the one with the Spawn on the cover, or is there another one?
It was number 50. Yes, it's the one with Spawn on the cover.
Okay,
Yeah,
because I got that one in the other room, and I was like, wait, there's another one?
yeah. I think they put them out every year and a half. Yeah.
A
I
new
knew it.
comic that's worth $5.
I had to grab a few
automatically
random
becomes
figures
worth
off the shelf.
$50. Thank you for talking over me, Darth. I appreciate that.
I apologize. I will mute myself.
But a new comic that is $5, it's only worth $5. Once it's slabbed, it automatically becomes a $30 comic because that's about what it's going to cost you to get it slabbed.
Right.
And shipped back.
Unless you really love that comic, it's not worth getting slabbed.
Right.
CGC is, as BK pointed out, it's the most respected, and it's the most respected because they've been in business the longest. I don't I mean, most of the slabs I have are CGC, but that's just because that's the comic that I got, and that's who happened to have graded it. I don't particularly agree with most of their grades. That 9.6 Muppet Babies, I would have given it a 9.2 or a 9.4. I am a harder grader than CBC.
I do.
Don't know if I'm harder than CBCS or not.
I'll say that some of what I've seen in the reseller community, which does include collectibles and comics, but I have seen some folks kind of gravitate towards the certified because, again, it does kind of take that subjectivity out of it. It's a price. You can display it. Certainly has investment value, as long as you keep it nice and safe. So there's some advantages to that. But again, you're going to pay that premium, right? So.
Yeah, and that is correct, BK. If you have a signed book, you want to send it to CBCS because they have experts who can verify signatures. Where if you send it to CGC, they're going to put a green label on it saying it's marked, and yeah, it's not worth it. The only reason I stepped away and said something is Chris had to go ahead and bring a Godzilla across, and he's making this a Godzilla pissing contest. Excuse my French. So I had to go get various Godzillas here. One of the first ones I'll bring up is a 1982 Yamakatsu Godzilla figure with silver fins. They made two different ones, one with gold, one with silver. This is before Bandai ever started making any figures. They didn't start till like 85, 86. Then in about 86, they started coming out with their 8-inch line, then their 6-inch line. Here we've got the 1954 Godzilla, which is known as the Shodai Goji or First Godzilla. What do we got over here? 1968 Godzilla or the Destroy All Monsters Godzilla suit. The reason there's so many different Godzilla figures and they don't all look the same is every year when they made a movie, the suits were made out of vinyl and other materials that didn't last. So they always had to make a new suit for the new movie during the Showa and Heisei era. Okay.
Patrick, it depends on how old the comic is and its current market value.
Yeah.
For instance, if I sent in my Action 252 to get graded, it would probably cost me about $700.
Yeah. They're always gonna, just like anything else as that, they're gonna kind of prorate that certification based on really the comics like value per se. They're handling it, they're shipping it, there's liability involved, so it kind of makes sense, right? You know, I know people that with cards, right? A Jordan rookie card, you know, if they think that's Dino Mint, like you know, it's almost like silver plattering it out to PSA, which is for cards. So it just really just depends.
That was more.
Yeah. Yeah, and for example, if I were to send this into CGC, brand new, has no value, it'd be $35. Right. So a $20 prestige format book ends up in 9.8, and it's $55 at that point, you know. So it just depends. But that's why you can have an Avengers #1 that is considered raw, but graded 1.5, but raw it's only like 3 to 5,000. But the minute you send it into CGC and it comes back a certified 1.5, well, right there you've got a $15,000 book on your hands now.
Which makes no sense to me whatsoever, because it's still a 1.5.
I know.
Low grade.
Yeah.
And that's where
a low grade comic.
Yeah, that's
I
where
can understand if it was like a comic book from like 1930, and it was in the nicer like 1.5, 2.0 shape. Then I can understand it being a lot of money, but
right. Yeah. So again,
No, I've got some comics from the 30s, and they're raw. They're under $200.
Yeah, it just depends, right? So,
but then I got some from the 40s that raw. They're $1,000.
Right. So, do you want to do any kind of? Do you have any kind of? We talked, KK. If you had any kind of prize giveaway on your end, I certainly have stuff that I could offer up. It's up to you. It's your channel.
Offer away, my friend. Offer away.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've got that.
I sold one of those a couple weeks ago. Yeah, on Mike's channel.
How about this one? We'll open this one.
I'll put it this way: I have every single Atlas comic.
We'll open this one, Chaos. How about this one?
Well, I just bought one yesterday.
I don't understand what you mean by I thought the higher the number, the better.
Why? You don't want me to? Oh, all right.
No, that one's mine. You can't open that one.
That's the Wonder Woman.
I don't have that Wonder Woman.
All right. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll make it fun. How about this? Chaos, do me a favor. Just do it, or one of you guys do a starting line. Just do a line across in the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, we're just being amusing over here, me and Chris.
There you go.
Okay. So what we'll do, all right, let's see. How could I do this? There's 14 packs right here, and I'll open one. How should we do that? We could do, want to do a random? How could we do that?
Don't remember if I have that one or not.
How about, guys, throw in the chat. There's a number from, I'll write it down right here. Okay, number from 1 to 14, and I'll start from this end. So these are unopened. It's heavy. These are unopened packs. We'll do a break. Throw in a number from 1 to 14, and the first person that I wrote it down right here that guesses it, we're going to open that one. So go for it, and then I'll open that number, and then we'll look at the books.
And you got 14 different packs. That's pretty good.
All right, I see it right there. It looks like Johnny, number 8. It was number 8. Number 8. So So I'll start right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right here. Okay.
Yeah, Marie, you are correct. The higher the number, the more expensive. But keep in mind that's also a key book. So
All right.
15,000 for an Avengers 1.5, like that Tarzan right there, would probably be, if it was graded, would probably be a $2,000 or $3,000 book. But if it was a higher grade, like a 6, 7, 8, or 9, then you're looking at tens of thousands.
Now this one's only like fine minus.
Okay.
And BK, this is yours.
All right. So, Johnny, I'll tell you what. It's up to you, my friend.
It can be, Patrick.
Johnny, I'll send this to you like it is, or do you want to open it? And we'll go through the books. I think we should open it. How about it?
I think we should open it.
Go for it.
Open.
I think the consensus is to open it. And again, I'm going to show you what you got. Okay. Okay. Right off the bat, and I'll do so. There's 10 comics. They're DC. We're going to open this up.
Who won it?
Johnny, Cajun Roots Reseller.
Oh, okay.
It was number 8, and I'm almost positive he was the first one to put that in on StreamYard. Okay. So, on the back, and you guys, I'm not great on modern books. I'm going to send these to you, my friend. Let's see what you got. Ready? On the back, the first book on the back is Heroes in Crisis, number 1. Okay.
Nice.
Death of Superman. These are in near mint condition right here, my friends. Okay, that's number 1 right there. If you guys know anything about book, you want to throw anything to give, I'm not as adept at the newer stuff. So there's that. No, Heroes in Crisis. Other side, top of the pack.
If I say nice, that generally means I probably don't have that.
Okay, and this was on the cover. This is number 1018, Action Superman Action Series. And it does say on the bottom, Justice League and guest starring Justice League and a Legion of Doom on the bottom. You want to make me bigger Chaos? It might be a little easier
let's do that.
Okay. So we're going through, Johnny. These are going to go to you. We're just going to go. We're doing a break. You're going to get these. Okay, I'll ship these out to you. Okay, so you're getting that comic. And again, fresh. I'm buying these by the case. Okay, so you're getting that. That's number 2. Oof! I love this cover. We have Justice League number 43. Beautiful cover. Look at that.
That's one of the variant covers.
That is a variant cover right there.
Probably made of a little bit harder or thicker cardstock than a regular.
Yes, it is. It does have a thicker cardstock. And again, I don't know all about all of this, but beautiful cover right there. Look at the intro page on that sucker. Yeah.
See, good art.
Beautiful art on these. Okay, next up we have Justice League number 41. These are going to be modern, DC books. So again, a lot of these. Wonder Woman's great. Obviously, we know Batman, Superman. That one.
Where'd it go?
Batman and Wonder Woman is the Trinity.
Next up, we have, this is The Flash, number 77, Year of the Villain, Dark Gifts. Rogues Reloaded. And we will be doing this, guys, Flash number 77. We will be doing this. I can do it every week if you like. Sometimes we'll do DC. Sometimes we'll do Marvel. I may do my own pulls. Okay. Another great. Wow. New era begins. This is Justice League number 1, New Justice. Awesome cover. Look at that. And again, we're just showing.
At Ollie's.
They get them
Ollie's
at
is
Ollie's, Jason, and you sometimes it's savers, sometimes it's like called liquidators. Oh, there we go, another one. This is Wonder Woman number 71.
they're all on the East Coast, Jason. We
Yeah,
can't get.
that's a
I mean,
nice.
East Coast. We can't get.
Glad you stayed up, Johnny. You're getting these. I'm sending these to you, no problemo. Oh man, look at this next one. This is Batman number 91. Awesome penguin cover. Look at that art. Love it. Look at the penguins are
92
laughing.
I think 92 is a key issue, isn't it?
Yup. Really cool.
Almost anything Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman is DC. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, that's Marvel. Easy way to do it, to separate it. If you see Batman, it's DC. If you see Spider-Man or Iron Man, Marvel.
Look at in here. Look at the Joker art going on in there. Unbelievable. The quality of the art, even just the comic, the printing on these, beautiful. Next up, and I don't even know what's in here. Wow, look at that one. Oof. Now, this is Year of the Villain, the Infected, the Batman Who Laughs. This is Scarab number 1. Don't know much about it, but I know at the top, that's the Batman Who Laughs. Up top, I guess some kind of crossover. Scarab number 1. Very cool. And the last one is, oh, I dig it. This is great. You get the Doomsday Clock number 1. The end is here.
Oh, nice.
That is a nice, you guys would back me. I think that's a sweet book right there. What do you guys think?
A lot of people didn't like Doomsday Clock. I thought it was a marvelous.
Yeah, very cool. Doomsday Clock. Yeah, that's 2019. So there you go, my friend. 10 books, near mint condition. Thanks for coming, Johnny. Getting these out to you, my friend. That's the break for tonight.
Good job.
All right. All right. And I have more, but we're at an hour and a half. We have another half hour. Let's keep talking. Let's keep rolling.
Who remembers this?
Oh,
Speed
yeah.
Racer.
Now Speed Racer.
I love the story.
I've only owned a couple of those, but I know what they are.
And the art's not that bad either.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, Johnny, after the coffee show that we went and he showed me some comics. I did look at them. He had a bunch of Image. He had some decent, some Deadpool books. He gets them himself, and you know he's a reseller like me, and you know, so here we go. Good karma for you, brother. There you go. He picked it. So
Yeah, I'll have to check out his show sometime.
yeah, absolutely.
Here's another fun one.
Oh, that's a cool one. Yep.
I remember those. Yeah.
My mom got it for me. I was like, I'm going to read this. She's like, why? It's so old. I'm like, because I want to read it.
The ones that I loved the most that were old were the old Marvel Fireside Trade paperbacks, like Origins of Marvel Comics, Son of Origins, Bring on the Bad Guys.
Bring on the bad guys. Yeah.
Women of Marvel Comics. Those were great. I don't need them, but I'd love to have them again just to relive my childhood, you know?
Yep.
And not the new editions, because they've reprinted them and edited the stories quite a bit. I want the originals I grew up with. What were you going to say, Chaos? I'm sorry.
I wasn't.
Oh.
You didn't interrupt me for a change. Are you feeling okay?
I'll throw something else out there to the crowd too, like for future. These were just, you know, modern DC books. I can do, you guys know I have it. I could do polls. I could do a rack and basically have, if you guys want, you know, Marvel, Independence, and it could literally be, we could do the same number, whatever, 1 to 50, and I'll pick it and you get it. I can totally do that. Not a problem.
Yeah, I've got that one too.
Yeah.
Mighty
This is real,
Crusaders.
this is real fun.
Yeah. I buy those when I see them.
Every day I'll get them.
You know what I'm looking for? And it seems like it's really hard to find the company books anymore. They started out as Paragon, then went to ACG, and then became AC. They do all the Golden Age reprints. They did FemForce. They also did Sentinels of Justice, which brought all the Charlton superheroes together as a team. For some
Yeah.
reason, those books are hard to find. And it's like, I want them because I want to read the old reprints of the Golden Age books,
Yeah.
Because I'd rather spend $6 on a reprint than $600 on a book. My wife would kill me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Especially if you're gonna read it,
Yeah.
Good to go, Johnny. Put that out here for you. It'll go out tomorrow. All right. All right. All right.
This was fun too.
Oh, yeah. Worlds Unknown. Yeah. That was an old ACG title, and it ended up getting reprinted for a while there, too. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, their longest running title, I think, was Adventures into the Unknown. I think it ran like 178 issues or something.
But these older ones I can read all day. Like the stories written back then are just incredible.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah. I'm just reading the chat a little bit. Dude. What's up, dude? Well, Patrick, what's up, dude? I see dude.
It's weird because I'm looking at my laptop and I'm reading the chat on YouTube, but I'm watching my phone because the phone worked with StreamYard. I couldn't get online with the laptop, so I tried my phone right in there. So it's like a little lag.
No, I know. There's about an 8 to 10 second lag between YouTube and StreamYard. But yeah, Jason, I know what you're talking about. Those are the Gladstone reprints from the 90s. Yeah, I have those for Weird Science and Weird Fantasy Science because Wally Wood did a lot of the artwork on those stories. And I'm a big Wally Wood fan.
Anybody that's interested in what I just showed, I get these in bulk. If you're interested, I actually have a Horizon made a deal because it's down the street. People know I buy in bulk. I don't buy one, but if you look, this is the DC 10-pack comic bundle. They do say about a $49.90 value. Again, that's subjective, but these have quality like you just saw. I think but I'm getting these at a cut rate price. If anybody's interested in bulk, hit me up.
I'm interested.
I make deals.
You get them from Ollie's?
Yeah,
there is no Ollie's near me.
But I get them at the Horizon price, shall we say?
Half of Ollie's price?
No, it ain't even the no. So if anybody's interested, that's what I do. Again, I do. I'm you guys know me. I'm fairly direct. I like to do business, and if you're interested, let me know. So. Yeah, I had 17 of them right here, and that's only my second or third box. So, Darth, if you're interested, we can chat. No problem.
I'll shoot you an email. Do they also do those for Marvel as well?
They have Marvel, and I have some. I'll do some breaks if, say, if you had picked it or something, they could maybe choose it. I just grabbed one because I just got those yesterday because I knew of this show. But they have Independence. They even have Mad Magazine ones. They have Independents, and some of the Independents are really killer, and Marvel and DC. And then they have ones that are just random. So, yeah. So it really depends. I think we did one. I think with behind the scenes where I pulled that Fathom. I pulled a couple other nice ones out of there. I got a Big Trouble in Little China book that was an interesting variant. A couple video games. I got a Dragon Ball Z comic. I got some interesting stuff. So,
yeah. We'll
Just
definitely have to talk, yeah, because I would definitely do a group of the DC, a group of the Marvel, and a group of the Indies.
Absolutely, sure.
Sonic, yeah.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, I would
I'm
love.
actually reading this. I'm reading these right now. They're fun.
You know what other video game related comic really impressed me? Boom Studios Mega Man Fully Charged. That was really good.
Yes.
Had great variant covers and had the awesome anime style as well. You know.
Yeah.
I was going to show you why you can't find any of the AC comics.
It's because you own them all.
I can't find my box full of them.
You own them all. I see.
Chaos has got them.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
That's why people can't get all the Atlas comics because I've got them all.
I got one of them yesterday.
I would say
I have like 5 copies of it, so you know.
I would say if,
I pressed it. It turned out really, really nice.
it's up to you, Chaos. I mean, and again, we're at about maybe 20 minutes left. If you want to cut it at 2 hours, up to you. I don't know. I could certainly jump off if any of these gentlemen, because I know there's some people in the chat, a few maybe that might want to jump on and chat. It's up to you.
Yeah, all they have to do is jump into my back room there. I've got plenty of room, and I can rotate people in and out.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I'm sure he wants to get rid of me. He's tired of me interrupting. So
Well,
I could change if anybody wants. No problem. It's all good.
Every time you came to go on, Darth, Mike just put you over here.
Next week, I will have something to give away, by the way.
So you heard it. You heard it in the chat. You know who you are, right? If you want to come, the StreamYard link's there. It's open.
Who showed the true crime books last night? Was that you, Darth?
yes,
And the black
I
cat.
haven't-
Oh, you
I
might want to
haven't
wait a
read
minute. We got the
that was another black cat. We have, I think, 4 or 5 black cats. Ah, yeah, yeah. Behind private chat.
I got
Chaos.
this. That was in those random boxes that I bought.
Oh wow. Chaos was gracious enough to buy that true crime cases off me in private chat last night.
Oh.
That was a rough crowd, man. Diecast, thank you very much.
Oh man, dude! As soon as you put up Cyberfrog, I was all over.
If
Because
you're
it reminded me of Evil Ernie.
Yeah, if you're interested, I can get his ash cans for 2 of his
Oh, wow.
issues, and one of them will be signed. Okay,
Oh, nice. Okay.
but it's going to be about $35 to get both from him. I'm buying them directly from him. If you're interested.
Yeah, and I'm in.
Okay.
Mr.
And-
Chaos. Mr.
Yeah.
Chaos, you have to throw up that link again, brother. I can't do it. If you could throw it in the chat, I think someone may want to bounce in here.
You're welcome, Kaijun.
There's your book, sir. I've got a huge stack because I'm still waiting. I'm waiting on. I know you're going to pay me tomorrow, and I'm waiting on Jason to pay me, and then I can box and ship everything off.
Who remembers this?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I have
I
that.
remember that.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of copies of that.
Do you know which one this is? You looked real quick. Is it the one or the other?
Radioactive black belt hamsters.
Well, yeah, because I showed it to you this time. I thought you thought it was the turtles, but yeah, this is a fun one.
Oh yeah. And it's funny, the Turtles were a parody to begin with, and that's a parody of a parody.
Yeah, that's why I was like, no way.
Yeah, but Boris killed them all, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is right here. Boris kills them all.
That's it.
You know, and I'm not normally a spec guy, but I did go get this
That's great. Just
from my
cover alone.
LPS. Yeah, it's a cover buy, and it's the first time that Bane's daughter is fully in the costume and takes her name of Vengeance.
Cool.
I think I actually got that from Hoodings last night. I could be wrong.
Yeah. I hope you didn't pay too much.
I think it was 37 for a lot.
Oh,
Like
okay.
he put it in a lot, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. If you got it in a lot, then you're groovy. Yeah, from Mike, I ended up getting, with my pulls, I got a copy of the Joker #2, the Neil Adams cover.
Oh, that's
which,
beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's one of my 10 pulls. Chaos, you remember better than I do. What did he say about the birthday pulls? Because I know I already got my 10 coming,
Okay.
but I get 10 for birthday.
You can turn on your birthday.
Yeah, my birthday is next week, the 21st.
I see you, Lisa. Let's see. Diecast, I'm gonna make you small. I'm gonna make you disappear. You'll still be in the chat, but you won't be there. And I'm gonna bring Lisa in.
No problem.
Whoops. Wrong way.
Yeah, I went big for a minute.
I think if you just bring her in, it'll automatically shift us all around. Yeah.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but there we go.
I'm trying to keep it down to 4 when I can. I remember how to. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Hey guys.
Hi, Lisa. Okay.
Howdy,
Before
Lisa.
we started on Lisa, has anybody ever seen any of these before?
Yes, they came into Los Angeles Times.
Is that what they came in?
I almost bought a whole collection of those.
Because I've got like 3 of them and I'd never seen them before.
If you can get the whole collection, they are very rare and expensive because
I've got 3, 4, and 5.
Because they're on newsprint. They came out weekly with the Sunday Los Angeles Times or any major newspaper like New York Times. And they came out at the time the first Spider-Man movie, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie came out. And I think there's like 32 or 38 of them, something like that. If you get the whole set, they're worth several $100s in good condition.
2006.
So just to give a little intro, Lisa is just jumped on. Hi, Lisa. You want to give a quick little info on yourself so people know who you are and can get to know you a minute. Go ahead.
Sure. I'm Lisa. I sell comics on Hip Comic. Right now my store's kind of closed. Just due to circumstances beyond my control. It will be back up and running this next week. But other than that, that's all I do.
Gotcha. Yeah. Hip Comic for you guys. It's a comic set. It's a comics auction, right? Like a Phoebe, but it's comic centered. And Lisa has a store, right, on Hip Comic. I've purchased from her before. And I can certainly is it still up, Lisa? I have your link. I can drop your link if you like.
You can drop the link. The store currently is under construction.
Okay.
But you can drop the link. It will be open probably Monday.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get some stuff done to the store and get it straight around.
It. No problem. No problem. No problem. Let's see. So cool. So tell us a little bit about what you like about comics, Lisa. What do you like? What's your passion? What books do you care for?
My personal collection consists of Evil Ernie.
Nice. I like that too.
Where were you last night? I had Evil Ernie 1 and 2.
I already have 1 and 2. And I even have the variant covers.
And you disappeared before the
Who, me?
No, Lisa disappeared last night before I put the Kiss comics up, but I think I have another #1.
Okay.
I want the one with the blood and the ink. That's the one I want.
Oh, that's by Marvel Comics.
Yeah, that's what I want.
And that's a rumor.
Oh, I still want it.
An unsubstantiated rumor that's been floating around for the last 30 years or so.
Yeah.
My husband's the one that's a big comic collector, not me. He was the whole reason why I sell comics.
But he also likes Kiss, right?
Oh, he loves Kiss.
Yeah.
I just bought him the Kiss Double Platinum record in mint condition for $50.
Wow.
It's not a bad price, really.
No, it's not. Now I just got to buy him a record player.
Now that's the expensive part right
No,
there.
go to Walmart. You can get one for $50.
Really?
Yeah, Walmart started selling them again.
Yeah.
But they've
My
also
wife
started selling vinyl again.
Yeah, I saw that. My wife and son are at Wally Mart right now, as a matter of fact. Son had to he decided he needed that new Resident Evil Village game. It looked too good.
I think I have a couple more, Jason, but I'm not positive where they are.
All right, here we got.
But I think I do have a couple more. Poor Jason, he gets they blow up and go right out of his price range before he gets a chance at them.
All right, guys, I do have you, Lisa. I found you on HIP. I'm gonna paste this in. Anybody interested? You have some stuff in there, Lisa. I saw. I mean, you have a bunch of books still up there. So right there in the chat, guys, that's for HIP Comic. Lisa, her comics to she's going to be adding in the next few days. Lisa, you said so. Check it out. She's got some. You have some really regular priced, low priced. You know, I know you really put a lot of things on sale. You do auctions, right? So check it out, HIP Comic, and she bundles them together, and they come. So check it out.
Yeah.
I try to make all the prices on there fairly reasonable for everybody. I mean, that's the best I can do. And like my overstock, I got an overstock of the Alex and Ada comics. I got an abundance of Astro City, got an abundance of Aquaman. So those are going to be put up this week. This is what I'm working on as my current sale, so to speak, and everything's gonna. All those comics that are in those categories are going to go to like 50 cents or $1.
Gotcha. Yep.
So I'm just ready to get rid of them and get them out of here.
Yeah, I was stoked when I got the box. I have to be honest. I mean, when you're on the auction, and you know, we like to sharing is caring, right? We like to spread it around here. So I've already had bought some stuff from you, and was happy to go in. I think what did I don't know, $30, something like that. No problem. Shoop, add it to the stack. So it's awesome.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
I think I just bought like 45 or 46 from you, Lisa, right? We're waiting on a bunch of them were JSAs and then a few horror, right?
Yeah, you bought. I actually got 2 packages waiting on you, Darth, to go out. I just need to get some cash in. So and I'm waiting on some people to pay me from a HIP Comic that haven't paid yet.
Understood.
But yeah, yours are all boxed up and ready to go.
Cool.
Yo.
Yep. If you guys want to take a look around, I can show you my comic stash.
Showing me your stash. That wouldn't be a first for. We all have our comic stash, right?
Yep.
You just look. If you looked over here, I think I've shown some. I'm like, woo. Got like.
Yeah.
That one there is my comic. Is the A's. It's loaded down. What happened?
You're good. You're good.
Internet. It's our internet.
Yeah, we're having it. You're moving around, so probably. You know, I always loved if you guys ever watch. I like Comic Book Men. If you ever saw that, Kevin, you know the Secret Stash,
Smith,
right?
Yeah.
It's in Red Bank, New Jersey, kind of stomping grounds. Secret Stash. I love that.
Yeah.
But they don't give you feedback if you buy something from on Evil Bay.
Yeah. They just moved too. They moved from their old location and to the new one.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I loved that show. I was always after Walking Dead. I used to watch and then be like, oh my god, I have that. Oh my god, and they did one on the CGC, and the guy had his stuff, and I thought that was a great episode.
Hey, I didn't know I was on.
Hi.
Surprise!
Oh, I'm just looking through comics.
Yeah. So yeah, this is everybody here. We're introducing. This is Dina, Thrifty Junker.
Hello.
Hi, Dina.
Welcome to the panel. Tell us a little bit about your comic book isms, what you like, where you're at with it. Why are you here?
I'm learning about comic books because I know a little bit of nothing about them. So just learning. And then I found a fat stacked box of comics in the basement here, and so I grabbed some, and I'm just kind of looking through them. And
I already like the one you have right on top.
Up. Okay.
The Venom.
Yeah, the Venom #1. Now, if you got to check on that because it is a foil cover, there could be some serious spine ticks that break the foil, and people won't want that. That particular book has to be minty fresh. It is a hot book, and it's going to get hotter when Venom 2 comes out, and we know it's coming out soon because the trailer just dropped.
It looks pretty minty fresh from where I'm sitting, so
it could also be something too, Darth, right? You could lot that up with some other Spider-Man.
And then this is part 2 of 6.
Nice.
Oh wow.
The #2s, that's good. Yep.
Oh look, you can get a brain transplant for $39.99. That's awesome.
With that series, the key ones are like 4 and 5. 1, 4, and 5, because 4 and 5 introduce the symbiote children. Scream and what's the
Venom.
other one? Yep. That's when the Guardsmen went after him.
Good stuff. Yep.
Definitely.
And then there's a bunch of Spider-Man 2099s.
Bam! That's a good book.
That's a good book too. Yes, he is showing up in the new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse #2.
I think I've got like 10 of those somewhere.
Oh, Spider-Man 2099 is legit. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Yep.
My problem is
These are sitting in the basement in a corner.
One of the worst places for comics to be.
Right?
Yeah. Moisture.
Well, it's not moist down here, but
okay.
This one's fat. This one's
nice.
thick.
That is very. Make sure that is in great shape because that is hot right there. That is the first part of Maximum Carnage, which was a 12, 13 issue maxi series, and that character Carnage. Yeah, he is in the new Venom 2 movie. Everything you're showing right now is fire. It's fire.
Then there's 2.
Yes.
Oh my God.
3.
It's all fire.
Oh, wait,
it's all fire.
Go back.
5.
Great stuff.
6.
This is all fire.
And I just picked these up off the top, so there could be all of them. I don't know.
You did good.
Well, these aren't mine. These are my husband's. And I said, "Do you know you have comics books in the basement?" He said, "Yeah, they're from high school."
Okay, Patrick, what a spine tick is they will be creases here at the spine of a comic book that will break the color. And that is not a pressable defect, and it will lower the grade significantly, like 0.5 point for every tick.
So here, Dina.
I have to make a correction here, Darth. A spine tick is an indent that does not break cover on the spine.
If anybody
breaks cover.
If anybody's interested, this is the Overstreet price guide. I can drop the link from Amazon. I just ordered. This is an older one. I just ordered the newest one. It is on sale on Amazon. I believe it's $22 with Prime. I highly recommend that somebody buy it. I can drop the link in the chat if you're interested. You can look up almost anything in here, almost. So just to give you an idea of what it is, etc., I'd be happy to do that. So Overstreet price guide, and again, you just look it up, and it just gives you that form of reference. So when you do come into a score, you could, just like we're doing, we're getting excited about some of the books we already know you have are very good right now. So just to have that knowledge, to have that reference, right?
Yeah.
So should I go get more?
Drop the link in Instagram, and then I'll put it on a banner.
Okay.
You definitely want to get more out of that collection. That's gold.
Well, hold on. Let me go grab the box. I'll be right back.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
And we're not talking ShamWow either here. Those books.
That's right.
I had a bookgasm right there seeing.
Yeah, it looked like she had quite a run of the Maximum Carnage.
Yeah, that Maximum Carnage run alone is bang.
Yep.
Bang.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. I'll drop it in the chat, and then I'll share it as well. Let's see here, just so folks. So here you go, guys. Here's
Okay. So I do have 7 of 14 also.
nice stuff.
If you have the whole set, all 14 issues together,
Yeah.
that set will get you a lot of money on Evil Bay.
Looks like I only have, well, I can look more. Okay, now it looks like I have, what is this one? I have Web of Spider-Man, and looks like there's 6 parts.
It's great. Yeah, good stuff.
So I have 2. I have 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 and 5, but no 6.
That's okay. A lot of people need odd issues too. You can sell what you got,
I put it in private chat chaos as well. The link if you want it for.
Oh no, this is 6. This is the grand finale, I guess. No, maybe not. Yeah, it is. That's 6, I guess. So that's 1 through 6 of that. So I guess the whole set of that one.
Jason, you know that ASM 361 is incredibly expensive now. You're looking at, if it's a graded copy, $3,000 to $4,000.
That's a good one, Dina. Nice hollow cover. I love that. That one's great. Yeah,
it is. My favorite was the one I sold the week before that had it's the holofoil with the armored Spidey on it.
Yep.
I know it's cheesy, but I just love that cover.
Ooh, this one's cool.
Somebody bought that book quick, man.
Yep. That's the one. There it is. I love that book. I sold it with the figure. Yeah.
That's cool.
And it sold like that.
Yeah, all of those comics. I mean, I can't really tell, but they look to be in really nice shape.
Yeah, they actually they look good from what I can see. I mean,
Chaos and I never say anything's minty fresh, but I would definitely say those are fine to very fine, easy.
These are pretty cool.
Oh no, I'll say things are near mint. Very fine.
Really?
Near mint, yeah.
Okay.
Here's a.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do over.
Dark Hawk.
People like Dark Hawk.
Oh,
sorry. Go ahead.
It's hard to do over, a picture online, but.
Okay, Dark Hawk
That's
number
hot
1
right there. The number
there
1.
You go. That's a good one.
Very hot.
Yep, Dark Hawk. They're making a series of that.
Yep, the Dark Hawk number 1 is hot.
Yeah,
not the rest of this series though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have the rest of the series, but not a number 1.
Oh snap! I got something.
Your first customer. Your first customer.
Oh no, I'm not interested in buying them.
Oh.
He's like, no. Oh, that one's cool.
Yeah. Oh.
Because as soon as I buy one, I'll find that I have like 5 of them.
Right? Exactly. Yeah, so tons of Darkhawk. So who is Darkhawk anyway?
He was just a hero, and then they built him out in the Annihilation Wave saga, where there's a whole race of that type of being. They're called raptors, and they're cosmic entities, and all this stuff. It's
There's the
interesting
with the
storyline.
Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
So here, BK, if you want to throw me up for a minute, Chaos Lard. Yeah, BK, here we go. You asked for ASM 300. I got it. Here we go, right here, brother. So this is there you go. 9 point. What do I got it at? 9.4. Not for sale, brother. But here we go. This is a key book right here.
Yes, it is.
All right. So
First appearance of Venom.
yeah, definitely first appearance of Venom. This is pretty fire. Not for sale. Part of my collection. And you never know. Maybe it will be up for sale someday. Just depends. It's all relative. But there it is. If you guys see this one out in the wild, go get it. It's a key book. Okay. Tom McFarlane, Venom, Spider-Man, amazingness, great cover. It doesn't get much better. You have such a crossover there. So thought I'd share that. So awesome.
I've had so many of those over the past 30 years. It's funny.
Walker was not a valuable book, but a fun read.
There's a bunch of those.
Yeah.
And
even
then
the issue 1 is not anything on that one, but it's a fun read.
Jason's head just exploded when I showed that comic.
Yeah, I think that's his dream book right there.
Here's
I gave mine to my son.
Okay, Ghost. This one's it's like a collector's.
Spirits of Vengeance #1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, the polybag it's in is bad for the book, but
yeah.
Yeah, in 40 or 50 years, it'll break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank God we got a few years for that. Oh,
well,
this is part 1. So
yeah, it's at 30 years right now. So
yeah, right? Yeah, true.
It's kept in a cool, dark environment. The polybag is not going to hurt it.
Okay. Well, you know better than I do.
Yes, it looks like there's 6 parts to that one.
Well, they're from different stories, different books. The Midnight Sun storyline. It ran through Doctor Strange, Spirits of Vengeance, Blade, Morbius.
Oh, this one's cool.
Quite a few.
Nice.
Yep.
Jason snapped up a nice stack of Ghost Riders from me last night.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
Yeah.
Riders.
Again, talking black costume. I showed these last night. I'll throw these up on Instagram, guys. This is that. It's really the second appearance of the black costume Spider-Man. CGC 9.2 newsstand. And then the other one was the G.I. Joe #1 newsstand. So again, these are just stuff that I throw them out there for, the comic group, but a lot of times, it's just about the wallet and who wants to pay for what. And
this is a magazine-sized board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of these have boards.
This is how I generally read a comic book. I hold it with a board, and I make sure I have washed my hands because I like to feel the paper. I can't do that with gloves on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I rarely ever wear gloves with comics unless I'm cleaning them and using chemicals.
With me, I don't trust myself on Golden Age books, so I always will wear surgical gloves for Golden Age. Also, I don't trust myself enough to clean or press books. So I leave my pieces. I would have to probably pay Chaos to do something like that. I couldn't do it. I'm too scared to ruin my stuff, man.
Absolutely.
Here's another double-sized Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Trying to just see how many people. I can't see how many we got in the chat. It's we're over the 2-hour mark. Chaos. How many we got in the chat? It's up to you how long you want to go.
15.
All right.
I don't know what that
Hit
is.
number 1. That was fun.
This is a Golden Age book. Barely. It's barely Golden Age. It's from 1938.
Ah, yep.
Notice what I have it. I'm handling it with my hands. I'm not afraid of the comics. I'm not afraid of touching them.
Yeah, just
because I make sure my hands are clean.
Just very gentle. Keep it flat. You know, I always kind of say it's that nice presentation, right?
It's Ace Comics number 18. It's from September 1938, so it's not quite as old as Action Comics number 1. But it is, and that's why I say barely Golden Age. If it was from 1937, it'd be platinum.
All right.
Here's the Death of Superman.
Yeah. Cool.
Is that looks like the trade paperback?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a thicker one, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the trade paperback.
Yeah, but it's a first print. It's probably worth a little more than the regular one.
Yeah, because on that book alone, they did, I think, 21 printings. The trade paperback.
Yeah, and on the original Death of Superman, there were at least 4 printings that I know of. There was at least 3 reprints.
Yeah.
So we're at about 2 hours 7 minutes. I'm gonna say goodnight to you guys. I'm gonna bounce off.
Right.
Anybody in the chat that you want to come on, it's up to Chaos. How Lady wants to go here. Feel free to the StreamYard link if you want to come in and ask a question. I think we had some fun. I hope people enjoyed it. I think some of the people have kind of left the building, but hey, we're doing some other folks are there. Hey, what's up, Emery? Good to see you, Hood Inc. in the chat there. Emery, if you want to come, I think if you want to come on and maybe talk about some current books, it's up to you. We're just keeping it definitely PG kid friendly. So if you want to come on, my friend, and talk about current books, come on in. I'm gonna jump off.
I'll bounce off too.
Yeah. So
well, I showed you all I can show you.
Yeah. So awesome. Good to see you, Chaos. Good to see you, Dina. Good to see you, Darth. We're just getting rolling. Got a lot of more breaks. Anybody? I am Horizon Picks PA on Instagram. My eBay store, Horizon Picks. Have a good night. I'll see you later.
Take it easy. And then there were 2. Yeah, I was hoping you'd show up earlier, Hood Inc.
I apologize for that. That was my wife calling me from while they're out shopping and whatnot. Can't ignore the wife.
No, that gets dangerous.
Yeah, especially for me. I might not make it to my birthday next week. No, the only reason that I am so careful with my Golden Age books is I buy the lower grade ones, and
well, as you can see, that's mid grade.
Yeah. Honestly, if I had bought mid grade book, the only mid grade book I may have, and I don't even know if it's still mid grade. It's probably low grade, but not low grade now. Back when I owned my store, I came across a copy of Wiz Comics number 2, which was like a good minus.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, and
that would still be a low grade.
Yeah, and I paid, I think, $175 cash to the guy for it because I knew what it was about. And that was when Image and Valiant were the big things, and the death of Superman was happening, and Batman was getting his back broke. So my other two partners were all into that stupid flashbang whiz stuff, and I was pushing the golden and silver age and some bronze, like the Punisher miniseries. All my books were flying off the shelf, and they were wondering why they had to go to like Frank and Sons or San Diego Comic-Con to unload their crap.
That's because they had new stuff that everybody else was selling.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So, I'm gonna have to stop drinking coffees on the stream, I think, Chaos, because I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry. It's my mind keeps going, zzz, and then I'm hey.
Yeah, I understand. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it.
Sounds like a plan.
Like 11 people.
Yep.
And it has been a little over 2 hours, so I'm going to play my little outro, and we're going to kill the stream.
Sounds good. I've got to put all the toys back anyway, and make sure dinner's ready for them when they get back. So, I will see you later, sir.
Good night, everybody, and make sure before you handle your collectibles, you wash your hands. It's good for your comics and collectibles. It's good for your health.
That's right.
We'll see you in the morning on my next video. Bye.